Hey, it's Kayak Cliff here, and I got Mike.
Howdy.
You've seen him on the Swanee River videos, and we get out and bike a lot and camp and kayak a lot. But it's November 2019, and we're out at Caddo Lake State Park. And this is out in East Texas. It's right on the Louisiana border between Texas and Louisiana. It's a real interesting lake. I'll get into some history about the lake a little later, but it's we just want to show you. We got here today about noon, and it's cold. We're sitting by the fire. We've already been out kayaking today, and it's cold. It's going to get down to 31 tonight, but we got comfortable sleeping bags, comfortable backs of our trucks to sleep in terms of under the camper shell. But today we got here, and from Caddo Lake State Park, we're sitting right on the water, and all we had to do is just pull the kayaks out of the trucks, slide them into the water, and we were off. And we did a paddle trail today. There's 5 paddle trails at Caddo Lake State, at Caddo Lake, and we did Hell's Half Acre today, or a portion of it. We started like around 2 o'clock, and we only had about 4 hours to work with because we knew it would get dark. So we did Hell's Half Acre, and when you paddle out of the state park, you get onto like a river. It's called Big Cypress Bayou. And basically you go 2 miles down Big Cypress Bayou, and when you see a split, you go left. And that takes you, that's the entrance to the Hell's Half Acre paddling trail. And once you get on that paddling trail, it's about 9 miles round trip if you go through all of Hell's Half Acre. And Hell's Half Acre consists of the Hell's Half Acre area, but also Carter's Chute, C-A-R-T-E-R-S, Chute, C-H-U-T-E. And it's just all flooded cypress bayous and timber and swampy area, and just a beautiful place to go through. And what'd you think about the colors out there today?
Yeah, the colors were amazing. So we've done this in the spring, and now in the, I guess we'll call this late fall, and it's just amazing right now. All of the moss is kind of this dark gray color, almost a brownish gray, and then you have this beautiful copper color leaf changing going on, where when we were here in the spring it was all green, and now it's this really neat amber copper color, and it's almost surreal, to where it really feels like you've gone back to prehistoric times, and you're just, well, for us, nobody else is silly enough to go out in this kind of weather. So it's just the 2 of us out there, and it was pretty neat not seeing, people fishing or other paddlers out there. So it's definitely like we're out on our own in nature. So it's cool.
It is. It's comfortable. It was in the mid-40s when we were paddling today, but we're in our touring kayaks, and all of you watching this from up north, you're sitting there laughing at us because we're talking about 45-degree weather for paddling, and I know a lot of you guys, you paddle up in the Arctic. So, but for us, 45 is a little chilly, but in those touring kayaks, we were very comfortable.
Yeah, not bad.
And like Mike said, he's right. It's like you get the change of leaves here for the fall, but unlike certain parts of the country, it's just the needles that turn that amber brownish color, which is really pretty. See, for dinner tonight, it's going to be Backpacker's Pantry lasagna and Mountain House raspberry crumble. Don't let the freeze-dried fool you. This stuff's pretty darn good. I used to come out and I used to bring all the ingredients to make my own meals and spend all the time cooking like I do at home, but I found I wasn't spending time out in the boat or out biking or out hiking or doing the things I want to do. So with this, we come back, we start a fire, pour some hot water in these meal packets. You got a great meal, you got it quick, and you're ready to eat and enjoy the rest of the night. But tomorrow we're going to wake up. Tomorrow is going to be in the mid-50s during the day, and a sunny day where today was overcast, and we're going to go take the trucks and go to a different part of the lake and do the Cathedral paddling trail. So we're going to sign off now. We're going to get up in the morning. We'll catch you over breakfast in the morning, and then we're going to head out and go to the Cathedral paddling trail. And I'm even going to get the drone up and, you know, just show you all the different things that are out there to do as well. Because there's 5 paddling trails here. So anyway, good night. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock, and boy, it got cold last night. I had my watch dialed into uncertain Texas, and it got 29 degrees. But inside my truck camper shell, it's warm because I brought my portable buddy, Mr. Heater. So this thing was cranking all night, and I went through. I'm on my 4th propane canister, so it kept it nice and toasty in here. But we're gonna get up, and I just set up the camera outside to time lapse the kind of low-hanging fog going across the water out here. It's pretty cool. I hope it picks it up. So we're gonna get some breakfast and some coffee going, and then get out there to that Cathedral paddling trail. Boy. Even though it's cold, it's I mean 29 degrees for North Texas in October, or no, November. That's pretty cold, but we're kind of having a colder winter, I think, coming than we normally have. But it's all worth it when you look at this. Look at that. Look at the Caddo Lake, the flooded cypress timber, and the low-hanging fog that is just creeping over the water. It's beautiful. So whenever you get a chance, get out in the outdoors and camp, kayak, bike, hike, do whatever you can to get out and get fit. And, you know, gyms are great for getting fit in. I do it all the time. But when I can be out, I just get rejuvenated. And it's, you get back to the city, you get back to your normal grind, and you just feel more refreshed. So remember this, and do it yourself. Well, we're here in uncertain Texas. We left Caddo Lake State Park. It's only like a 5 or 10 minute drive here, but this is the center of the action. This is where you launch to get 3 of the paddling trails, and there's a lot of sportsmen launching here as well. But we're at Johnson's Ranch Marina. It's reportedly the oldest marina in Texas. Really cool looking. But we're going to launch these, and we're going to go out on the Cathedral paddling trail and show you what it's all about. After we left Johnson's Marina, we went left or north, and there's a lot of open paddling areas with flooded timber, but then you get back into these back canals that are marked real well, but if you follow them, you can do a circuitous route like I'm showing you right here, and it just winds every which way. And then you eventually get right back into the path that we started on, and then you're back at Johnson's Marina. This whole lake is filled with trails. There's like roads of marked signs going through all the forest here, and it's all for paddling. It's just like hiking trails, but they're paddling trails. So what's the history of Caddo Lake? Well, Caddo Lake it's the only natural lake in Texas. Now I've heard there's 2 lakes, there might be another, I'm not sure what that is, but some accounts say it's the only natural lake in Texas, and other accounts say it's it's one of 2, but in a state as big as Texas, that's not a lot of natural lakes. We have a lot of lakes, but they're all big reservoirs. So Caddo. Caddo Lake, it's named after the Indians that lived here, called the Caddo Indians. And back in the early 1800s, this used to be not a lake, but you know, just natural lands with rivers running through it. And one of the things that ran through it was the Red River. And there was a big log jam, and they call it the, what do they call it, log jam, or they called it a,
They called it a,
I don't know, they had another name for it, but
Yeah.
it was just a log jam, and the log jam made the lake. And there, you know, some people thought originally it was the New Madrid earthquake in the 1830s that created the lake, but now people think it's the big log jam. So this log jam created this lake and made a natural lake and flooded all this cypress timber, or heck, back then there may have not even been cypress, because cypress kind of navigate towards water areas. So it may have just been pine forest, but this was part of the Red River. And then back in the late 1800s, well, you know, there was steamboat traffic that would come from New Orleans all the way up to here, and it would trade up in Jefferson, Texas. And Jefferson, Texas is the big city that almost became the massive city. But you know, as they came through here, and as the railroad took over, and as steamboat traffic stopped being the main method of transportation, you know, Jefferson, Texas just kind of lost its appeal as a trading post in East Texas, and the railroad kind of took over, so it dwindled.
and they said there was over 2,500 trips that the cargo ships made, or that the paddle boats made.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, 2,500 trips that they made up here a year. But there was a guy named Captain Shreve, and Captain Shreve, this log jam here actually was reduced, and then it was recreated naturally to reroute the Red River back the other way, kind of east of here. And Captain Shreve was responsible for either breaking up the log jams or manipulating the log jams, and you know, ultimately the Red River was rerouted towards the port of which is now called Shreveport, and named after Captain Shreve. So again, the Caddo Lake, it's just it's unusual for any lake in Texas, or any lake in many of these areas, because of there's a big open portion of it, but half the lake is just this flooded cypress timber, marshy, swampy area. I don't want to call it a swamp because it's not really a swamp, but
I guess like a bayou.
yeah, like a bayou. So that's the history of Caddo Lake. And
I found out from the lady in the cabin that we came at the perfect time to see the leaves change and fall. So they're thinking that in another couple of weeks, all the red amber that we're looking at on this trip is going to be down.
oh,
And it's just going to basically be a gray forest until spring comes back and it turns green again.
yeah, we lucked out. Definitely lucked out.
I mean, especially right in front of us. I'll take a picture while we're doing the film. I mean, the colors of these 2 or 3 trees in front of us are just amazing with the sunlight hitting them.
seems a shame in all this natural beauty to find a beer can in this clear, shallow water. But that just brings home the point. When you're out paddling, or even when you're biking, but for paddling, I say pick and paddle. Fill up a garbage can, pick up trash when you see it. Just if you bring in one garbage bag, everybody does that. It makes for a nicer environment. And now that I'm doing some biking here as well, pick and pedal. A little harder on a bike sometimes. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. But definitely clean up the trash, the plastic, the aluminum, the glass. Keep our environment nice and clean and pure. Gosh, the crisp, cool fall morning we have here. I mean, just all these fall colors on the cypress are just popping. It's just gorgeous, and the air is just so clear, and the water is so glass. I mean, I'm just cutting through this water like knife through butter. It is gorgeous. This was just absolutely gorgeous. All the fall colors, the calm winds and calm seas. Highly recommend it. Hey, I just want to thank you for watching this video. For more, go to kayakcliff.com. My website has the links for Facebook, for YouTube. Of course, you're watching YouTube now, so if you would, just like and subscribe this video. You'll get notified if you hit the little notification bell when new videos come out. And appreciate you checking us out and traveling with us today at Caddo Lake State Park and Caddo Lake. So, hey, safe paddling out there. God bless. Peace out. Kayak Cliff.